from side to side, without you by my side, my side, my side, without you by my side. One time from side to side. Peekaboo, I see you, peekaboo, I see you, looking at me, looking at you. Hold up, where you going? What you doing? Who you seeing? What you need? What you want? I said, without you by my side, my side, my side, without you by my side. One time from side to side, without you by my side. to protect your soul.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the NACL Open Qualifier, day number 2, game number 3. That's a lot of words, but I am Raptor, joined by the ever lovely Crims.
Oh, wrong side, Raptor. There was a attempt was made. I think the camera's reversed, but thank you for the introductions and nice do-rag. I don't know.
Oh, thank you.
What are you wearing?
It's actually my face mask with a deer on it. I got it at a Black Tiger Sex Machine concert, and I wear it on my head because I was too lazy to brush my hair.
There you go. Okay, looks nice.
Oh,
got some fashion here with the polo. You know what? I like the look.
Thank you. Thank you. It's got a little bit of class, a little bit of fun. And we're in for some fun today as we have Pulse versus L'Art de Legois, the French-Canadian team, coming through for both these teams being 2-0. One of these teams will qualify. to the playoffs. I'm excited for this. I'm very excited to see these two teams play.
Yeah, and as you're calling out here, Pulse recently were in the top 4, and so they got themselves some nice points. 60, not the same for L'Art du Guerre because they were not there. They are a newly formed team. Here we go. Pulse, as you can see, great stats across the board. The star players, Ariandel, and now they have Azog down in the bot lane with Prismal. And yesterday's games, it was a nice easy 2-0 victory for Pulse, and they kind of cruised through. Had a bit of fun in some of those games as well. Hoarder, the new top laner on the rise, Raptor. Many great plays out of Hoarder, whether it's the Jax or the Rumble that we saw, does great in the mid lane. And Ariandel showing us a new champion in the mid lane, the Ezreal pick. And so I'm liking what we see from Pulse. They're adapting a little bit to the meta. We'll see where it brings us here as we're going into the draft.
Yes, we're getting underway into the draft. Best part is to see how these teams are going to get this underway to begin with. I'm kind of excited to see what they bring out here. As we do see the Shyvana taken off the board. Makes sense. It was a strong pickup yesterday for the Roi. So not having that would be probably most beneficial for Pulse. Now the Aurelion coming through. And we're going to see how both these teams focus the first half of their draft. I'm expecting to see a lot of focus, based on what I'm seeing and how these teams have kind of played. Probably around top side, I think, for the side of Pulse. They want to really kind of ban out a lot of those picks that are going to enable the top to kind of snowball ahead or allow jungle to really start just picking up those neutrals. The Shyvana, very good pick to stop with that. It's very powerful. But Rudy are coming as well. So let's see what the last ban Art has.
Yeah, I think that for the side of Pulse, they could play towards that top side. Hoarder's been doing a great job. They're going to go with this Ezreal. This is a flex. I like seeing Azog on the roster. Kind of gives them some kind of early aggression that they can play through, as they do have one of the prio picks, mid lane, bot lane. Ezreal comes through. Corki's going to match over on the other side. Looks like they're not going to go for Kai'Sa just yet, as we still see some of the mid laners / AD carries are still available. Zeri, Leona, the best support on the patch, gets picked up. And now it's all about what you choose into that Leona.
Yeah, what will you be taking into this? I would expect to see something like a Nami or a Thresh. Maokai is also very good if you're taking that too. Something that can kind of just stop the engage. Something that can really provide a little bit of space for the AD carry. I know right now we're thinking it's Ezreal. Could be Ezreal mid though. Ezreal mid is very powerful.
There you go.
Misfortune going to come through, so it is going to probably be the Ezreal mid, unless we're going really far back and going Misfortune support. But I can't see that into Leona. It doesn't sound like a lot of fun. But that is a good combo to take away from Leona, as Kai'Sa going to come through for the last pick for Art in the first half.
Yeah, Kai'Sa ultimate, pretty good repositioning around the Misfortune ultimate if you need to do so. But Pulse have set themselves up with a pretty fire combo. Maokai and Misfortune can wreak a lot of havoc in a team fight, but meanwhile, L'Art du Guerre have plenty of dive already established. They have some range in the Corki to battle the Ezreal, but that peel combo of the Maokai plus MF looks like they're going to need some other answers, and they have already banned away Hoarder in the top side on the Jax. Probably not going to be picking Rumble, but we'll see where Maokai ends up going, because it's still a flex pick here, Raptor.
Yeah, and then Italy going as well makes complete sense. It's very strong right now, especially when you pair it with something like Renekton. But maybe not Gwen, but the Gwen is a solid pickup right there. So they're going to save jungle for their last pick on the side of Art. They have something probably in their pockets. Not often you see jungle there.
Okay, they're just going to pick the Rumble straight away. They do have good layering, so they can really win a team fight without even engaging. They just throw their ultimates down and wreck fire. They're going to pair it up with a Rel, so that does end up being the Maokai jungle. And now into the Gwen, that does provide a lot of power for the Gwen to potentially run havoc on the top side. Has to go through.
Oh.
Hold up. This is a jungle Gwen. Gonna play the farm into. Gonna play the farm into the Maokai. Should be able to power up regardless. Cassante will be able to hold better than the Gwen, so this makes a lot more sense to me. And I think that for both the drafts here, there are some angles. L'Art du Guerre have a lot of dive, like they can play around the angles, but Polestar, if you ever try to fight them front to back, they're gonna demolish you.
Yeah, they have a very powerful ability to fight between all the AoE, the Misfortune ult, the Maokai ult, Ezreal ult, Rumble ult. You can kind of just layer them all, and even if only like 3/4 of them hit, it's gonna just destroy Art. So Art's got to be careful. I'm also interested to see how Maddie pilots his Gwen jungle. Like this thing, I haven't really seen a lot of, so I'll be curious to see how this really goes. I don't know if you have a lot of experience, Crims, with this pick.
Sorry, which pick? As I'm reading the names.
You're all good. It's Gwen Jungle.
Yeah, so Gwen Jungle, obviously, you don't really want to skirmish at all. You kind of just want to farm up, hit your item spike. As look at that, Chris Sunga bringing in the graphics, and they look nice. But yeah, you just kind of want to farm up first. And then once you get your first item, you can start making some plays on the map here. Just for everyone, you know, in the audience here, Dingo Dan, that's obviously Azog. Top side, that's Uni. That looks like straight up the Tournament Realm account name that went unchanged. So I don't know what the heck happened there. Maybe given last minute. Maddie in the jungle paired up with Flocon. Those guys have been playing, really like to play with each other. Yumi and Barlow on the support. And they recently have come back from another tournament here, Rector. They were at LAN ETS. That was an all-Canadian tournament, and they finished third, so high finish.
Yeah, that's good. That's always good to hear, you know. We're looking for strong teams here to make it to the playoffs, and, you know, getting a nice third place tournament win before that is nothing to snuff at. So, yeah, that's exciting to see. And on the other side, Pulse, some of these players I have heard of before. I mean, I've seen before. I am a little bit newer to the NACL scene, but Prismal I know very well. He used to be on Golden Guardians Academy, spent a little bit of time on CLG Academy, Under Thieves Academy. The engaged attempt from Prismal going to go a little wide. The flash, though, from the Kaisa. And the Cleanse, too. Yeah, they got a lot out of that one.
Now, that's some high value. One flash for double of the 80 carry of Yumi. So that is going to be quite a difficult one to navigate.
Both these teams just kind of casually farming. Ooh, looking for more play action right here. Michi taking a lot of damage, has nothing to really get away from, trying to run, and is going to go down. Dingo Dan going to pick up the first blood there. The Ignite burn from Barlow is not going to be enough.
Yeah, Azog picking up first blood. Already a good look for Pulse here. Prismal going for extra points. As now Hoarder is going to try to stop Maddie's level 4 here. They should know exactly where this Gwen is, and Maddie is getting pushed off. There is still some time. That wave has crashed on top side.
Yeah, and now, Barlow picks up a kill on Prismal on the bottom side there while we're watching this little battle for the Krugs on the top. So support trade there. It looks like it was a flash for Barlow to pick up that kill. So all sums down bottom side. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we've got the Corki Ezreal battle. The battle of... This seems really funny to me because I've been playing long enough.
Hoarder?
Okay, we'll have to wait on this. Yeah, Hoarder taking a lot of damage here. Gotta run, but gonna get snipped down. Maddie gonna pick up that kill.
Yeah, that is too ambitious from Hoarder there. Ends up giving over a kill. And it is onto Gwen, someone that, again, wants to scale. Finds an advantage in an early skirmish and now might be accelerating just that much faster. Something Pulse definitely do not want here. And, yeah, battled the mid lane 80 carries, Flocon and Ariendel. A lot of early trading, but then in the end, Raptor, like, no one dies. They just trade each other, and then they just leave before they die.
Oh, speaking of leaving, Yumichi gonna be leaving this world. Dingo Dan gonna pick up another kill for himself on the bottom side there. And this Misfortune combo with the Rel is working very well so far. It's getting up a lot of kills, getting nice.
So you can see Will's flash is down, and that's part of the strength of Maokai, especially if you know the enemy AD carry doesn't have flash. That's just a guaranteed engage and kill. Just flash W, and then hit the Maokai Q smash, and that's a free kill. So they could keep doing that on repeat until Yumichi's flash comes back up, which is already halfway there, but the damage is done right there.
And damage is done. Speaking of damage, we have Barlow trying to get some damage on the bottom side, but taking a massive amount of turret shots. Dingo Dan gonna pick up another kill, go on a killing spree, and now Yumichi's heading for the hills, but Prismal's on the hunt. Can they stun him up? Yes, they can. Throw him back, flip him around, trying to get away from Dingo Dan, but it's not gonna matter. A double kill to the Pulse 80 carry.
Yeah, that is 4-0 on Azog, and that's what I was saying, Raptor, about how I like this new look coming from Pulse. They have a bit of aggression somewhere in the team, and if they keep this form up, it's gonna be looking great, and we'll see if they can keep playing this out here, but so far I am loving it.
Yeah, I'm loving it too. I love to see aggressive action in the game. Speaking of aggressive action, Hoarder getting aggressed on by it now. Barlow and Maddie on the way, but can he get a trade back? He almost does. Oh, the minions do pick up the kill for him, but Hoarder will fall in the process. And once again, the kills for Art are going over to the support.
Yeah, that is unfortunate that Barlow is picking these kills up.
Oh, Yumichi
no.
gonna get rolled again. Dingo Dan goes unstoppable. This game is starting to snowball a little out of control. Ezreal jumping out there. Barlow made a good attempt. Now Maddie trying to take these grubs, but there are still two members of Pulse here. Barlow is here, but support
Hoarder
jungle. Oh, Hoarder looking for him. Isn't going to get the grub, but is going to pick up the Gwen. Barlow on the run. Going to try to flash this wall. Or I guess not, because it doesn't really have it. I don't know really what they're planning there with that. But he's going to fall, and Pulse just continues start racking up kills in this game, and Prismal goes forward with the flash, but just misses Yumichi. And they're going to back off over here.
Oh, man, this is such a destructive lead from Pulse here. 7 minutes in, and they've got themselves a 2K gold lead. Misfortune massively ahead, and Yumichi now about to get flash, can go back to lane, but I have a feeling, Raptor, that that's going to get burned again quite soon, and the CS differential on the bot side is not pretty. At this rate,
the gold differential.
At this rate, it's Pulse's game to lose already 7 minutes in.
Yeah, but we have seen teams come back. It is still a double AD carry comp for Art, so there is the chance. I mean, it is also for Pulse, but a little bit more mobility on the side of Art to get out of the misfortune later on. So there is still a chance later on, as we see Hoarder is just pressing the issue in the top lane, just really trying to press out this Cassante. Will looking for the Corki. He's gonna back up. And now Prismal in a good position right now to maybe contest this dragon. They're just trying to establish a vision line up here into the Art's blue side jungle. And ooh, they're looking for the Gromp, but they might also be looking for another dive here. There are no wards seeing where Will and Prismal have gone. They don't know. Ariendel is coming down too. Dingo Dan pushing forward. The engage coming through. The twisted advance comes in. And now Yumichi is the target. Gonna get ripped. Ignited down. Will's gonna pick up that kill. And now Barlow all alone. 4 people here under this turret flashing forward and is gonna fall. Ariendel's gonna pick up that one for 2. And all these plates are gonna fall to Pulse as well.
This is a rough one. This is a rough one for Yumichi. 0-5 is just having a rough time. At this point, team really has to look elsewhere. And the problem is Hoarder is also winning up in the top side, so they're winning both sides of the map. And you can't play a game of League of Legends if you're losing both sides of the map here. And it's not like mid lane is doing great, just holding on into this Ezreal Ariendel here.
Oh,
Wokan may be in trouble.
Yeah, going forward a little bit, but Maddie and Barlow are here to dissuade any further aggression. And now the push going on into the mid lane. Everyone's just kind of chilling out. Grubs should be back up shortly. I'm not sure the exact timer on it at the moment, but they should be up in the next about minute and a half, I'm pretty sure. And that means everyone really wants to get those grubs. No one really wants to let anybody start stacking up 6, especially Art. They don't want Art to get 6 stacks, but for Art, that could be the way back into this game, as they are down 2,500, a little over 2,500 gold to Pulse currently, and just trying to find a way to slow this game down. Yumichi getting engaged on once again by Prismal. Ariendel gonna get the ult off. It is gonna do a little chip, but not enough to pick up a kill any further. Dango Dan just gonna keep getting all these free turret plates.
Yeah, and it's almost the same level as support there. Prismal's getting close to catching up to Yumichi, and you can see Azog 2 levels up, almost cresting 3 levels up, so that is quite the EXP lead. And they're just gonna send Barlow down, gonna hit level 6 and save Yumichi from more terror here. There's only 1 plate left on that turret, should be falling soon. At this point, Pulse don't have to go for dragons. They could really kind of just try to end the game as fast as possible from here. But, I mean, if they want to play it slow, I can't criticize that either.
Yeah, why get the dragons? Why try to force issues where there's a chance for Art to get it and get back into the game when you can just take this nice and slow, just start picking up all the gold you can, especially that they are not even at 11 minutes yet and they're already taking first tower. So they're getting a lot of plate gold here. Teleport's coming through though. Corky's here. Ariendel is here. Hoarder is low. So yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to contest this against Maddie. Barlow coming from behind. Oh, they're going to come behind. Barlow hits an ult onto Will. Will going to try to get out. Going to draw up the roots, but it's not going to be enough to get him out of there. Meanwhile, Hoarder drops a big Rumble ult, but it's only going to dissuade further aggression. And Art secures themselves the grubs, so they're going to have all 6. A bit of push potential. Ooh, almost lost that one. And
wait.
Oh, wait. Here comes Dan. Here comes Prismal. Looking for it. Maddie getting engaged on, trying to just pick up this grub before it goes down. Is not going to get it. It's going to get stolen by Ariendel, who also steals that kill and prevents the double grub spawn for Art.
Well, actually, oh yeah, it's not a double grub spawn. It's just the single, but honestly, just a consolation prize. They do get a lot of kills in that fight, though, Raptor. Pulse kind of trying to contest with it a little too early. Azog and Prismal weren't there yet. Their 2 strongest combo right now, right after Ariendel. So I don't really think they should have went for it. They should have just kind of taken the fight after. There's plenty of time to roam up the MF, who with the strut makes it across the map quite quickly. Gonna pick up the dragon instead. And it's a bit of a misplay, but obviously Polestar still in a great spot.
Yeah, they're in a very solid position right now. Kills aren't going over to like Kaisa to get her back into this game, so that's probably the most important part. This Kaisa is still just basically just here.
Can we see the gold?
Here, not get, yeah.
I kind of want to see how much gold Yumi is on, because
let's see. Where's she at? Where is Yumichi at? She is.
No, I had a feeling support had more gold. Hoarder's in trouble.
Oh no. Yeah, Hoarder in trouble, trying to duel Maddie away from this grub. Barlow is here, but is Hoarder going to get anything? Nope, going to fall down. Corky going to pick up that kill, but Prismal is on the back. Got spotted out by a ward. Will and Dan are on the way. Prismal just trying to buy space. Ariendel gets a nice ultimate. The engage coming through, the twisted advance. Here it comes. They're going to grab him. The ult's going to come through from the misfortune, and Dingo Dan going to go dominating here. Meanwhile, Cassante flashes over, trying to just get what damage it can while buying space for the jungle and the support, but Prismal is still going for the teleport coming in from Hoarder. They're going to try to dive this turret, I think. The ult coming through from the Rumble. There is nowhere for this Cassante to go, and he is going to get roasted. Meanwhile, Prismal picks up Maddie and a double kill over to Hoarder. 3-4-1 in favor of Pulse overall in the extended fight. They're going to give up some turret plates bottom, so Yumichi will get a bit of gold, start to close that gap with Prismal and the support. And
the Prismal gap, nice.
Yeah, the Prismal gap. And meanwhile, on the top side, though, so many plates taken. Pulse up 6,000 gold almost exactly at this point. And they're going to get this turret and push that even further, 14 minutes into the game.
Yeah, they picked up a lot of golden Hoarder now. Ariendel does get stunned up.
Yeah, getting stunned up, trying to get away. Is going to get shut down. Kill again going to Barlow. And Will and Prismal.
Oh, that
gonna get up
is
fine.
unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's the support carry, man. The support
It's a
carry.
curse.
It's a curse. One kill over to the support, that's fine. I always like a nice early kill on my as a support to be able to get the boots or something, just to be able to roam easier. But three might be a little much. Barlow gotta share the love. Your poor Corky is starved. Your poor Kaisa is starved of all that gold.
Oh, I don't know if you give any gold to Yumi anymore. It's just a lost cause.
It's a lot.
It's just send it all. Put all your eggs in the Corky basket right now. Flocon's got to carry the game. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but that's the only way through for L'Art de Guerre. So it's all on Flocon, unfortunately.
And it's all gonna be on this Corky to carry the game. The surprise Gwen jungle flex, not quite working out how Art was hoping. I mean, they have managed to secure the grubs this game, but I don't know if that's really worth it for the struggles they're finding elsewhere on the map. And meanwhile, Prismal looking for Barlow is gonna miss, and Hoarder just gonna get a little bit of poke back, but they're gonna back it up a bit, get that charge out from the Herald. Maybe look for the second as well. They aren't going to charge it quite. Yes, the Maokai ult comes on through. They're just going to try to push everyone back. The cleanse comes through, though, and Yumichi's also forced the flash. Hoarder going to pick up a kill. Meanwhile, Cassante on the side trying to ult, go all out, but Hoarder will pick up another one, a double kill for the Rumble top side. They didn't get the second charge with the Herald, so Art can take a little bit of pride in that, but they're gonna still lose their inhibitor turret regardless. In the base, not even 20 minutes in, not even 17 in, we're 16-20 into the game, and the base is already cracked.
Yeah, and you can see there from Pulse, they know how to play this comp exactly. They just threw all their abilities out. They didn't commit. No one's overextending, and they were able to get flash cleanse out of Yumichi. They're able to get kills, and they were able to get the turret no problem here. And I mean, that's just amazing to see. And also, I mean, what a deadly comp that we have presented for us here, Raptor.
Yeah, this is quite a deadly comp. It's exciting. It's exciting to see too. Like, it's been played so well. Big shout out to Prismal. There's some beautiful engages from the Rel. That early level 1 where they forced the flash cleanse out of Yumichi. I mean, it's really been the big difference maker here. They followed up with the kill right after it, and they've just been running away within the bot lane ever since. This bot from Pulse, just a monster. Not taking away from the rest of Pulse. The rest of Pulse is also doing very good, but yeah, it's on a whole nother level in this bot lane right now.
Yeah, it's a whole nother level. And, something that Hazog has shown on other teams in the past, this level of dominance in the lane, and it's being brought over to Pulse as another engage comes through!
With a huge ultimate, Ariandel's gonna pick up that kill onto the Corky. They almost got Barlow with it too. It's gonna heal right back up, but might as well run, because you don't want to die all 4 of these. Prismal continues to be so good on this Rel. Love it.
Another successful engage coming through on this Rel. Maddie and Hoarder at it again. And this time, maybe Maddie's not going to be the one getting away with it. We're about 2 minutes away from Baron. Honestly, this dragon's irrelevant. No one really cares about it. They're just picking it up for the sake of doing something on the map right now. We're really looking in on that 20-minute Baron, Raptor, and that's what we're going to see. Pulse most likely steal that game away and get themselves in the 3-0 slot, which is guaranteed qualification to be expected of Pulse, but obviously, it's still good for them.
Yeah, and that's a good spot to be in. You still got a couple matches to play for a little bit better of seeding, but a win here will just put them into the playoffs automatically, regardless. For Art,
it's not necessarily playoffs, Raptor. It's another stage. It's a triple stage tournament.
Okay. I've always I think it's a habit of watching a lot of CS Swiss format leads to playoffs usually, but Ariandel getting the better of this Cassante, and he's just gonna fall. Ariandel gonna pick up that kill pretty smoothly as the rest of Pulse roams up. Hoarder, just one little rocket and or a little harpoon, and Yumichi has already lost a fifth of their health.
Can you believe that that thing reduces MR?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Rumble needs.
I know.
It's, I could totally believe that. Rumble's back in the day when you had a lot of stats on champs and on every skill. All gotta do a little something. And Yumichi's on the
backs here.
Yeah, they're trying to stop it. Prismal looking for the flash. Not going to be able to find anyone they do, man.
Oh, wait a minute. Polestar topside's in trouble now.
Yes, they are. They are surrounded, but they're getting the advantage of it here. They pick up Barlow to start this fight out. Almost take Maddie, too. They're going to rip up the inhibitor. Hoarder flashes forward, but is deciding better than to dive the turret. And here on the back is the Cassante. They're looking, maybe they might pick up a kill. They are finally going to shut down Azog. Now, can they find anything else? No, they're not.
Oh, I thought they were going to get more. Unfortunate. They had the flank from Uni, but it just wasn't enough. The health bars weren't low. They don't have the chase down potential. This is not a Ghost Cassante, so without Maddie there, they just can't run them down. So they don't pick up a kill, and Hoarder is picking up a kill instead.
Just very casually kills Yumichi. He's like, oh, there, I was trying to kill the minion wave and accidentally killed Yumichi in the process. I feel bad.
Standing in the way, and they just gets flame spitted down.
Yeah, I feel bad. It's a rough matchup when you're Kaisa and you just get rolled in the bot lane. It's really hard. You don't really have a lot of abilities that are useful, even if you fall behind. You're not like a Triss that can just shove someone else out, or Ezreal you can at least kind of try to kite back, or even like Jhin just trying to follow up with an ultimate. You really need to get gold so you can actually like be effective as a champion. And Prismal looking for Barlow. Barlow may have bit off more than they can chew. Is Chase going to keep going? Prismal going to go forward, but may have gone a little bit too far. The rest of the team is here, but no one really wants to dance too much in this jungle. You don't want to really give Gwen a lot of space to get all of you with her snips. They're going to start up this Baron here. 21.5 minutes into the game. Ooh, Art looking for Hoarder. They get the flash through, the ult coming through as well from the Leona. Hoarder gonna die. Shut down. Yumichi finally on the board with a kill.
Yeah, it is unfortunately at the cost of this Baron. Hoarder's not going to have it. Doesn't have TP as well. So we'll see what kind of play Pulse can pick up here. Obviously, they're going to try to go for the end of the game. It looks like Flocon might be the odd man out.
Yeah, might be the sacrificial lamb here, as the Corki will fall. Ariandel is going to go on a rampage on this Ezreal. And we're 22 minutes in. We're almost 10,000 gold up, about 9k for Pulse. This game is basically theirs to lose at this point. Dragon going to be up in a minute. They might be looking for that just to play this safe. They've been very aggressive pushing the issue around the map, but there's not much further you can push without just winning the game at this point. And you gotta kind of slow it down slow it down, but take your time to get scaled up so you can make that.
I mean, if you're trying to like pad your stats, or sure.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You could just pad them, but it is going to be harder to push it in. It also is a lot of time for Art, because all of this was taken so early and Pulse hasn't been able to finish it. They're going to have a lot of time to farm up, but maybe not much longer, as Zog is pushing this forward, trying to start cracking up this bottom inhibitor turret. Corki going to take a lot of damage right there. Flocon having to back up. Meanwhile, Will going in onto Uni. Turret is slowly falling. That Baroned up cannon is just going to keep cracking at it, and the next wave comes on in. I think this turret's not long for this world at this point. Ezreal going to come out, and advance coming through. Ult from Barlow, though, is going to land. The flash out, and just the cleanse from Dango going forward. Maddie going to pick up one kill, but Hoarder's going to pick up another in return. Going to pick up a second as double kill over to the Rumble. Corki trying to run away, will give up the triple. Hoarder looking for it, but is overheated. Now there's going to back up, but I think that's going to be the game. One Corki against the world right now, but Pulse is just going to make him regret even being here, keeping him back, forced into the fountain, and Pulse is going to take the game.
And they are picking up their third victory here, 3-0. Made it look easy. Didn't look like they broke a sweat. Azog topping the charts. may have done almost the same amount of damage as 4 of the side of Art in just one champion. They used the Misfortune pick really well. Ariendel on this Ezreal pick looking really good. I'm thinking might get banned eventually. We will see. But here we are. This is where we start getting into the top of the class of NACL OQ. This next game here in the 3-0 bracket, Raptor. This is where the top teams usually end up and kind of decide who's going to be going 5-0 here on this second day. And Pulse, they have a great start. They're looking good, hot off the heels of 3-0. We'll see where they end up.
Yeah, we'll have to see where both these teams end up. Fantastic performance from Pulse. You know, they're looking like the team to beat right now. I mean, obviously they are third overall seeding, so would expect them to be very strong. But they just took on the number 6 seed and made him look like it was chump change. So they're definitely the team to be watching right now, heading into the 3-0 bracket later today for round 4. But yeah, it's just phenomenal performance all around from them. I've been loving watching this bot lane, and even also for La de Legua. They might have lost here, but they still have a chance. They can still make it on to the next stage. They're going to just fall to the 2-1 bracket of the Swiss stage, and we'll see where they go from there.
I'm pretty sure all the French people left the stream after your first attempt. But, none of us know French here on the desk. But we may have offensive levels of French, but, we're trying up here. We're trying.
Look, man, I speak 2 languages. I speak English and Danish. That's it.
Okay. Well, you got those. Those are going good for you. Yeah. For them, they are 2-1 now. L'Art de Guerre. So they could, be in a pretty good spot in the overall qualifying stage regardless. Just need to pick up 1 win to get through. I expect they should be able to beat someone along the way. So I expect to see them in the next GSL or the group stage. So we are going to go ahead, Raptor. I'm going to send it back to you and we can close it out.
Yeah, that will be it from us. Don't go in. I mean, you guys go somewhere, take a quick break. More games are to come. So don't go anywhere.
town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to day number 2 of the NACL number 2 Open Qualifier. I'm Raptor, joined once again by Crims. We just watched Pulse dismantle Art of War, and now they're again. I can't do the French, but now they're going to be taking on Lotus, who, you know, some of you might recognize one of their players in the legendary Dardoch, who is joining them.
Well, Raptor, around these parts, all of these players are recognizable at this point. They made a crazy good run against Dragoon's Goons in the finals of the last OQ. Unfortunately, they were not able to beat the Goons, but they put up quite a show. Lots of close games, and honestly, it was a really good showing for both of them here. And now they're back. This is the semifinals matchup happening yet again, this time a B of 1. So this is most likely going to be, again, a taste of something in the future. These players have history against each other. And last time, Lotus got the better of Pulse. And so will Azog be the difference maker is going to be a question. Last OQ, I thought Sushi was the best performing ADC throughout. The finals were a bit of a different story, but still really good showing throughout. I think was solid. Now it's going to be Azog and Prismal versus Sushi and Mixture. So we're going to see how's that bot lane going to change up.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch how this is going to change. For the side of Lotus, you know, their top lane side, Dardoch, Porsche. I watched a bit of their last game after ours finished up, and they're looking pretty good. You know, I thought they looked very impressive. I think Lotus as a whole had a pretty solid game, so it'll be exciting to see how they perform against Pulse, who just dominated their last game as we get underway into the draft. Number 2 versus number 3. All the top 4 seeds have advanced to this stage. So will this be the break? Will we actually see a lower seed beat the higher seed? Or will we get more of the same?
Could happen here. Pulse did go 5-0 last time, I believe. And Lotus are finally banning the Kindred. Why were teams letting Will play Kindred? I have no idea. Finally, not going to get through. Of course, Ariandel on the Dragon. Very well known for that pickup here. And we're going to go ahead and send Porsche off the Rumble. Both of these top laners have really good Rumbles. And it makes sense that despite the nerfs, this champion's still going to get kicked out of this game.
Yeah, can't let them have that. The Rumble was very powerful for Hoarder last game, but I don't think they want to see Porsche have either. Ariandel banning the Ezreal himself now. So they don't want the picks they did so well in last game. They're a little bit worried, I see. They don't want Lotus to have those.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be handing over the Ezreal. Lucian, most likely going mid, to be honest. I mean, he could flex a bot lane, but who's playing Lucian bot lane these days? Still very strong, though, so if you pick something too weak on that bot side, will be counterpicked. Brand coming through. I like the Brand pick. Dardoch's been doing a lot of work on the Zyra, so we'll see if the Zyra gets picked up in response from Dardoch here. What are they going to pair it up with? Leona Brand, very strong in lane if they end up going with Brand in the lane. Otherwise, can send in the jungle. I feel like Dardoch's going to pick something. He's been playing a lot of Mundo. His Mundo looks really good. They're going to go with the Maokai instead.
Could be a Maokai support. You know, that's always an option, especially into Leona. We didn't see that last game, but it could still be an option. Last time we did see a Rel, and the misfortune from Robbie Bobby makes me think maybe they're going to try something similar to what Pulse just pulled off. We're going to see what
they get the Maokai MF, and Pulse used that to great effect last game as well.
Ooh.
Yone gonna be for Ariendel here, and that is quite an interesting pick. Robbie Bob was quite a terror on the Yone Raptor last OQ, so this doubles as a steal away. Ariendel gets a strong pick. Pairs up with Brand if you want to send it into the jungle, so we'll see how the rest of the draft develops here. Other than that, like, you know, maybe a Sejuani pick maybe in the future. We'll see where Pulse pivot their draft.
Yeah, they need a little bit more beefiness on their side. You know, it's Brand jungle, but probably something tankier on the top side. The Jinx is going to be banned. That feels a little weird to me, considering the 280 carries we're showing. I know we talked last time about possible misfortune support, but I just can't see that into Leona. So feels a little odd of a ban. But
whoa!
Wait, what? Hang on.
Hold up, we're gonna have that fixed.
Yeah, we're gonna have that fixed. We're gonna find out
what's the WTF 2 misfortunes?
two misfortunes. How can there be two Shens? I mean, misfortunes.
Okay, so Renekton gets picked into. If Yone is on the correct side, makes sense to me here, as we are still figuring out this draft. So okay, Alistar gets picked.
Oh, okay, that changes everything. Okay, so that makes that Jinx less confusing. Okay, that makes more sense. All right. Okay, so we're hearing a couple things.
Oh, there's the Zyra. Wait a minute, okay. All right, so the Maokai was actually a Zyra. And I think what happened was the last draft layered over this draft, and now everything makes more sense. Jax for Hoarder, so no Rumble this time, does play the Jax. The Xayah pickup is very interesting. I haven't seen this champion too much, but looking over to the draft, there's a lot of melees for Xayah to do a bunch of damage, and you can cancel the Brand ultimate via your own ultimate here for the side of Lotus.
Yeah, and it's also a lot safer too. If you see a Jax jump in, Leona ultimate, or even a Yone ultimate, you have a way to get out of that pretty safely, and I think that's kind of where they're looking for with this pick. I'm a little curious with how this is gonna go. You know, I think Lotus has a solid comp, but it feels a little disjointed to me. Maybe that's just me. It feels a little like the pieces aren't quite fitting together quite as well as Pulses are, but we'll have to see as we get onto the rift for the second game of the day. Lotus versus Pulse.
Yeah, I think so. Talk about the drafts here a little bit. Raptor is Pulse has kind of got a full like fight dive in draft. You have Yone, you have Jax, they have to go in. Gonna probably try to find a flank of their own, and while all that chaos is ensuing, they have Brand and Misfortune to play up the front, so they will be supplying a ton of damage to these team fights. And if they get an angle in onto Robbie Bob or Sushi, gonna spell trouble for them. Meanwhile, on the side of Lotus, they have pretty much full peel. They don't have a great engage of their own. Renekton's not really good. Alistar can do engage, but one of the shorter range engage champions here. So Lotus really need Pulse to walk into them. Otherwise, they're going to have a hard time finding fights that they want.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what you're going to expect, too, with Jax and Yone and Leona, that they're going to try to force the engages. So that could be a good counter matchup in that regard for it. But they have to avoid letting them get ahead. If Jax starts getting ahead, if Yone starts getting ahead, if Azog gets ahead on the Misfortune again, like last game, it's going to be all over. So they have to kind of keep this game slowing down. Maybe on the top side, they can get a couple kills onto this Renekton and let them get that early lead that you always look for on that lane bully. And Hoarder just trying to keep him away from the CS right now.
Trying to zone the XP. I don't think Hoarder did zone the XP. And now in a bit of a full trade war here with Punk versus Grass Stack. Porsche going to win in that game. But I believe Porsche was able to get the XP.
Yeah, manages to just get it, so it isn't denied any of that. Prismal.
Oh, there, wait. We have some Aegis also streaming this game. They've been watching Lotus. So if you want to watch two bozos, Slayer and Gordo, instead of us, I don't know why, but you can tune in to them instead. But honestly, this is the superior cast, Raptor.
I think so. You're here, Crim, so it's automatically superior. But we have just kind of a slow start to this game. Everyone just casually farming. And actually, despite Hoarder trying to push Porsche off the wave, is actually the one down, ending up down in CS. Down 5 currently. So will be under leveled and has to be careful then into the Renekton. Renekton very easily can go in and trade it around. Ooh, but getting it back. Porsche gonna get stunned up. Hoarder looking just to trade a little bit of damage, but may have bitten off more than I don't know what kind of creature Jax is, Pikachu.
He's a human type fighter.
I thought he was human type. He's got 3 fingers on both hands, pretty standardly. And Robbie Bobby looking to fall first. Gonna be first blood over to Ariendel, but Prismal will fall in exchange.
Yeah, Robbie Bob does give over first blood thanks to the roam from Prismo. Great support roam. Take that trade any day as they get a great start out to Ariendel on the Yone here. And I haven't seen too much of this lane, but I can see Ariendel getting off a good start, dominating in the mid lane.
Yeah, Yone is a champion that can run away with the game if you get that early lead, but hasn't gotten to back yet. So Robbie Bob is here. Prismal's coming through, but April is as well. Bob.
Oh, Dardock. Just zoning off Prismal. That's all Dardock needed to do. Zone off Prismal.
Right.
Ariendel is TP. Just going to TP back here. No problemo. And yes, support not in the bot lane, so Azog has to give this up. So looks like they're just going to be looking for a play on the top side again. Hoarder.
Yeah, Hoarder looking to get something here, but is low on mana, so I have to be careful. Will is here, but so is Dardock. Yeah, Will going forward. And this is going to back it up. And no one's going to die here.
So this lane is, I think it's Jack's favorite just because all Jax has to do is survive the earlier levels, and then the burst, the trading pattern of Renekton starts to fall off, and then Jax takes over. And it's quite easy for Jax to do that, in my opinion. But if there is an angle, it is, you know, right around that timer for Porsche to dominate on the Renekton. Has to get off ahead early. So far is only up a couple CS. Not really anything crazy where I would say that Porsche is going to start dominating that lane. And so for Lotus, should look elsewhere.
Yeah, engage from Prismal, gets headbutted away, but Sushi does take some damage from Azog. And this Misfortune with the Cull, this is going to scale up pretty well. It's been very passive in this lane, so just getting to free farm. Good time to buy a Cull.
Culling it up. Yeah, was able to get the Cull on the back.
Yeah, I see you've adopted my puns.
Yeah. Well, we're also going to have a culling soon.
Hey!
There, hits level 6. Just so Misfortune's pretty strong in lane, and Zayed kind of has to play safe into it up until even after level 6 because of how strong and how much range Misfortune has. Poke lanes aren't really Zayed's thing. So they are not going to be able to pick up this first dragon. And up in the top side, they're kind of dueling it out. I don't think Hoarder's going to have enough HP to defend the grubs here. So it's just going to be a trade on the map, Raptor.
Yeah, I think so too. Jax is not really able to duel Zyra and Renekton by himself. And Ariendel getting a nice trade back onto Robbie Bob. And Hoarder has been spotted. We're going to try to walk this out. Porsche not able to really get anything. It's just kind of scaring him off. So the first set of grubs is going to go over uncontested to Lotus, trading it for the dragon. And the game is just still dead even for both these teams as Ariendel takes the worst end of that trade from Robbie Bob. And while Will and Prismal are up here, though, they are looking for this Zyra, which is going to push them off.
Yeah, this is Prismal's second lane. I think almost spent as much time in mid lane as bot lane here. Prismal just going crazy on the Dardock here.
Yeah, but no follow-up. Will not really willing to commit to it with the Renekton here. Porsche going over, looking for Prismal. Gonna stun him up, but the rest of Pulse is here. Hoarder dissuades Porsche from any further aggression. Everyone's gonna walk out unscathed.
All right. And tempted invade onto Zyra. Pretty strong, but now that Dardoch is level 6. Hold up. Cullen coming through.
Yeah, looking for him. Robbie Bob gonna pick him up when he comes back. Ariandel misses the ultimate, and Robbie Bob's gonna pick up that kill, and now the stun onto Prismal on the run, but the flames are burning from Will. Is Prismal gonna fall? It will be a double kill over to Robbie Bob. And Will just gonna walk out with his life. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Azog drops the ult, but not gonna hit.
Oh,
Not sure that. Ooh, yeah, those feathers, man, those feather daggers.
so Azog does have the barrier, so I don't think Sushi could have done anything. But outside of that, was a possibility here. And now Lotus, who I think dead to rights were the best early game team last OQ. Showing it again here. Robbie Bob has been an insane mid laner for Lotus and is now 3-1 with help from the team, of course, and able to pick up that solo kill onto Ariandel. So Lotus, again, just getting off to a good start, and I'd like to see them close out this game as well. It is not as good as lead in the past, so Pulse showing that they've also taken a step up in the early game, but now how do they claw back into this game?
Yeah, the attempt there from Mixture to get on to Azog, but he's just going to flash on out of that, though. That is a sign that they could come back for a repeat gank. Dardoch is down here. Dragon's not up for 2 minutes, though, so not too much. They're trying to keep vision up, keep their bot lane safe. This could be a potential opportunity for them to go in. Meanwhile, Ariandel dueling it up with Robbie Bob in the mid lane. Prismal gonna get the stun back, and Will is here. They're gonna keep going on in. The headbutt, though, is gonna push the Leona really far back, but she's gonna get stunned up, and Will is gonna pick up that kill.
All right, perfect re-engage on the bot side while they're pushing up the wave there, and they know Mixture not level 6 yet, so they're able to go onto the Alistar, pick up a kill. Nicely done. And they're finding a lead somewhere on the map. Hoarder gonna go for another trade into Porsche.
Yeah, the ult coming out from Porsche. Hoarder hasn't used... Actually, they have used theirs. So they have dropped theirs. Double ult trade in the top side. The duels, though, they're still really close. It's still not the point yet where Jax takes over the game. Still needs an item or two to really take off. And Mixture kind of alone. Prismal gonna root him up. Ariandel gonna knock him up. Will gonna drop a stun too. Just stun luck this cow and turn him into a beef steak. Gonna pick up that one. Meanwhile, Dardoch kind of roaming up towards the top side. Might try to dive. They might try to dive, honestly. They might try to dive this Jax as Hoarder is getting very low. Trying to stay away from Porsche. Dardoch drawing the wave.
Flash.
Oh, yeah, he does have Flash, so it could be a potential here. Ariandel is going to teleport in. They will get that out of this whole situation. And the teleport also from Robbie Bob into the mid lane. So Robbie Bob will get a chance to push this wave in. And Hoarder, Ariandel's just going to basically just shadow Hoarder here to make sure Dardoch doesn't attempt anything. But Dardoch is staying around. Yeah, the ult going to come through with a flash from Dardoch to get out of it. Ariandel trying to run him down. Gonna dash back, though, go unstoppable. And burn the ult from the Zyra. So they do get some sums. Prismal and Will are up here as well. But I don't think they're going to find anything.
Yeah, they don't have their jungler. They're not going to be able to challenge this as well. Mixture is late. I think they know the positioning now. Dardoch staying around.
Yeah, Dardoch is staying around. The flash from Porsche to get out of Prismal's ultimate. The headbutt from the cow. But Will is just going to stun the cow up again. Robbie Bob is here, though, so I don't think they want to stay around. Prismal getting stunned up, getting gunned down, and is going to fall. Mixer going to pick up that kill. Porsche managing to just get away as Hoarder burns the flash, tried to pick him up.
Oh.
Will, though, gets it with the fire. Some roast crocodile. It's just Chef Will today.
Yeah, firing up the barbecue. Does pick up the kill. Porsche does have TP. Will be able to return. Hoarder is probably looking to do the same thing. Ariandel, Respawn is on the map here. It looks like Pulse have the better tempo for this. as they're going to be able to pick up the grubs with their jungler and Ariendel. And that was a nice exchange. Overall, the game is even up. Pulse restabilizing the game here on the top side. Will's been picking up quite a bit of kills and gold. And, I mean, as long as there's someone in front for Brand to hit, there's going to be a ton of damage coming out of Will.
Yeah, meanwhile, on the other side, Robbie Bob, 3-1 right now in this mid lane, is a very scary-looking Lucian. Ariendel's having a
Kraken
rough...
complete.
Yeah, Kraken is done, and Ariendel's having a very rough matchup against it. Robbie Bob has just been dashing all over the place and really dodging a lot of these spells. Oh, but doesn't dodge that one, so Robbie Bob will take the worst end of that trade. The dragon is up. Everyone's kind of rotated down here except the mid, but Robbie Bob
face
gets caught
check
by the stun, and the face check will reward Will with a shutdown. Pulse picks up a kill, and that's the call from Lotus. Try to push on this turret, maybe not really contest this dragon, but Sushi is staying around a long time. And now is going to back it off as Lotus gives up the dragon, gives up their fed mid laner. Pulse is looking pretty solid in this mid game.
Yeah, that is a great look for them. Something that traditionally has been in the favor of Lotus here. Kind of got caught trying to check. They didn't have full vision around the dragon there, Raptor. They were making their way through, and Robbie Bob thought, hey, I got prio, I can roam down. Turned out to be a mistake. Runs right into Prismal. Gives over a kill, and there goes the second dragon. Do have opportunities to take it on the third. Not in trouble just yet, but for Pulse, I mean, this game state is completely okay.
Yeah, everyone is basically dead even right now in the game. It's probably about 150 gold difference across every lane, except in the jungle. It's about, I think, 1,200 is what I saw there up for Pulse. So basically the entire lead for Pulse is coming out of the jungle right now, but that's completely fine. It's Brand. There's a jungler that will carry the game later on. It will be a fed Brand. That ult is just a menace. As we see the take of the Herald for Pulse now. Lotus is rotating up. They might try to contest this, but Will and Azog are going to back off. No one's going to keep going for this Herald. So they do stop that. And now rotating people around. Got the Robbie Bob heading down to the bot lane, bringing the bot lane up to mid. For both sides of this.
I'm seeing Prismal here with Hoarder making an attempt at Porsche.
Yeah, looking for Porsche. The ult will drop with the slow. Porsche trying to dash on out. Gonna get stunned up. Gonna get stunned forever. Is this Crocodile gonna go? Prismal gonna tank the turret. And oh, Porsche is going to die finally. Hoarder is gonna pick up the kill and get out just barely with their life. Ariendel getting pretty low here on the bot side. Robbie Bob is here, but doesn't know quite that Will is here. Meanwhile, Dardock's gonna get stunned up. Ult gonna keep bouncing on this Zyra, and Will gonna flash to secure the kill. Meanwhile, the mid lane, Azog getting knocked up, getting stunned up, trying to run away, but Sushi will finally take him down with a flash ultimate. I don't know if that was quite worth it for Lotus. I mean, I guess they got the return kill, but they burned a lot for that.
Yeah, they do use a bunch to get that kill. Gold League still in the favor of Pulse, and Will is really throwing some hands here. Dardock drops in the only one, gets caught by the stun. I don't think anything's happening here.
No, but they do stop the back. They do.
True.
Stop.
The stun landing is huge for the Brand Zyra matchup. Basically can give you the win, and as long as Zyra doesn't keep you at a distance. And so huge plays coming out from Will. 5-0 now. Is starting to make real headway on the Rylai's. Probably, what, 1 or 2 clears away. We'll have a Rylai's. Definitely in time for the third Drake, which is a huge turning point in this game. If Pulse pick up a third Drake, they pretty much have a green light to win this game.
Yeah, I think if they get that third Drake, it's done, especially if they get to Soul. Robbie Bob and Ariendel going at it. Ariendel, though, missing the dash. He's going to have to back out. Gets a little bit worse end of that. Meanwhile, though, Prismal and Azog are trying to push this mid lane in. They're going to try to get the lane state in, right where they want it, ahead of this dragon spawn. Meanwhile, though, oh no, Ariendel getting dived in the bottom lane. Dardock's going to pick up that kill, but they lose quite a bit for Will's going to go dominating. not going to secure the second kill. Prismal going to pick that up, but now Dardoch is on the run. The Misfortune is chasing him down. Going to try to drop some bullets on him, making it rain, and the ult comes through. Azog picks up 3 for 1 for Pulse in the extended fight.
That was explosive for Pulse. Lotus, Raptor, they thought that they were trading the map, that Pulse were going to go top and get the Rift Herald. No, no, no. They switch gears. They try to prevent the bot dive instead. They save Ariendel, and they basically close out Robbie Bob for picking up more gold on the map. And they don't really care about that Rift Herald. They said, we will take the trade for the fight any day. And they read the map well, and they counter Lotus.
Yeah, and I think the big problem with it was the dive. I know that the Alistair, that it's a Zyra, so it's very squishy, but tanking that many shots and missing the pulverized headbutt is unfortunately going to mean that the Alistair's just standing around trying to just tank shots, and was so low coming out of it. It was just basically a slight breeze from Will that took it out. As Pulse pushes this gold lead up to 3,000 now. It is starting to scale up pretty hard. Most of this is on the brand. The brand has been monstrous. Will, just a terrifying monster today across the board. The dragon is going to spawn. They do see Hoarder on the ward. They do see Prismal. The ult, though, going to drop onto the Zyra. Meanwhile, though, the teleport coming on in. Mixture trying to buy some space. Hoarder going to pick up Dardoch. Mixture going to fall. Now Force trying to run away from Hoarder. The cow will be taken down. It's going to be 2 for nothing in favor of Pulse, and that's the call to go for the dragon. Third dragon is going to be there. It's pretty free.
Yeah, they don't even get a traditional dragon fight. Just happens right in the jungle. Get picks as well. Pulse picking up the third Drake. And as we're talking about, this is now their game. They've established control. They have a 4K gold lead. Will on fire with the Rylai's completion just in time for that dragon. Gonna be picking this one up, and now it's gonna be very tough macro-wise for Lotus to find a victory here, Raptor. At any point in time, they could switch it up. They could go Soul, they could go Baron. If they get either, it doesn't matter. The game just becomes incredibly difficult for Lotus to play out. And so... Devin? Devin.
It took me a moment.
I guess Devin's game must be over, as they are over here spectating us.
Yeah, I
honestly, of the show, friend of
George,
Sater.
Coach Rourke has some big fans. Has some big fans in the audience. Well, welcome everyone who's joining us as we are at this point. Pulse up 5,000 gold, 10 seconds short of 20 minutes. Baron just about to spawn.
See a lot of things going mid here after.
Yeah,
Lotus are trying to make a play.
Yeah,
they know that they have to do something to win this game.
Ooh, Ariendel with the ult just misses onto Sushi, but the rest of Pulse has managed to secure control around the Baron. They formed a wall. They're gonna make Lotus have to work their way to get even towards this pit. They've all been spotted by the fruit, and now they're gonna have to run for the hills.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. The dandelion thing does bring them. I think Borscht in trouble.
Yeah, Borscht is in trouble. Has been caught up being super stunned up yet again, but he's going to manage to dash and dodge out. Meanwhile, Hoarder takes a massive chunk of damage, getting run down by Robbie Bob and will fall. The fire is burning, though, and Mixture will be the trade. Lotus just barely escaped, honestly. I thought they were going to lose 3 in that fight.
Honestly, they pick up Hoarder, not bad, just for Mixture. Unfortunately, they don't have enough health bar to beat a Will to make a defense on this turret, so that will swing it in their favor. Sushi trying to get something mid lane. Has the ultimate versus Ariendo, so baiting Ariendo there would be very good. Oh, they do make the defense. Azog is not able to get it. Looking for more fights here. Dardoch's trying to fight for vision, but it just looks so dangerous to step up.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, this Zyra, only one item on, but that's the only item you need is the Leandries. It's what makes Zyra so scary. The burn from the ultimate of the plants can really shred through a team very quickly, especially these aren't tanky members on the side of Pulse. They're mostly like fighters and squishies, so it's pretty easy to make your way through them. If you get a good hit on theirs, Hoarder unfortunately found out the hard way. But Lotus is still down this game. It's a 4,000 gold difference. Bounties have engaged for Lotus, so there's a chance for them to make the comeback. And it might have to be in 2 minutes' time when this dragon spawns. It will be Soul if Pulse manages to secure this, and it's Ocean Soul. The Soul that if you're someone who's got a lot of pokey champions like Zyra or Lucian, you really don't want to see your opponent get, because it will make it hell on earth to fight them. Meanwhile, Pulse trying to just gain vision control around the map. Want to make sure if they get this dragon, there's not going to be a trade for Baron in exchange.
Yeah, that's the tough part. That's the tough part of handling that situation here. Lotus need to find pressure somewhere on the map so they can make a play, but Pulse kind of just clearing all these lanes here, removing all the opportunities, and we're getting close to that time where decisions have to be made, and they have to be stuck with.
Yeah, those are decisions that have been made. Both these teams trying to get to that 4-0 spot, get to the point where they get challenged for 5-0, get the perfect record out of this stage of into the groups, get the better seeding going into
It's
that
the qualifiers for the open qualifiers.
Yep. Yo, I hear you like qualifiers, so we put qualifiers
Yes.
for your qualifiers.
Okay, we were talking about roast croc earlier, and that fire's still cooking. They need to pick down on bot side onto Porsche, trying to side lane, trying to get something to happen. And now Hoarder's going to be pushing down a turret unobstructed. Lotus have to scramble somewhere to make a defense.
Yeah, now Will is just trying to keep vision tracking on Lotus as their whole squad is rotating down. Hoarder, though, going to get this turret for free on the top side. Ariendo picks up one as well. And now they turn around, re-engage onto Robbie Bob. Getting stunned up. Robbie Bob getting very low, but there's no one else to follow up. He's going to pick up Hoarder. Meanwhile, though, they're going in onto Dardoch. Azog's going to pick up that kill. Mixture trying to just buy space, but it's a double over to the Misfortune. And Lotus comes out with one kill in that whole thing, but they're gonna lose this dragon. Soul will go over to the side of Pulse.
They get the kill, they get 2 turrets, and they get dragon? That
Chef
Will.
Let him cook.
You know, he's
Let
got a
him
Michelin
cook.
star after this one, no
Yeah.
doubt. Maybe 2 stars. We'll see. As they are dominating on this map. They're about to hit Zonias. No MR on the other side of Lotus just yet, so no reason to be building the MR penetration. Hoarder now TPing up to the top side for the tempo. Looks like the play is going to be the Baron now, pushing down this top side. They have mid push as well. Somehow there's still a tier 1 in mid lane, Raptor. I don't know how that's in the game. Hoarder.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that this. I guess no one's been going for these Raptors. But the game state right now is Ariendel getting run down by Sushi, and he's just gonna get 1v1. No hope for the mid laner. Hoarder going forward, though, looking for Sushi. The ult, though, will come through to save the Xayah. Not much else getting burned there. Now it's on. The fight has broken out. Prismal's taking so much damage. Porsche is here. The carries for Pulse are just trying to buy space. Will gets pushed over the wall. The ult has come through from the Brand. Dardoch gonna shut down the Misfortune, but the Alistair will pay in exchange. Will goes legendary. Prismal buying space, but Will falls. Sushi goes on a killing spree. Lotus has finally found the fight they're looking for.
Oh my. Pulse opt in for a 4v5. I'll be honest, it was winnable for Pulse, but why risk it? Why throw this game away? Doesn't look like Lotus can do the Baron. They're lucky. The Baron play back into this game is possible. You can see it's on the table. They lost Ariendel, and they still opted for the fight. I'm shocked. Bamboozled that Pulse would do such a thing, but they are not going to get punished.
Yeah, and let's watch an instant replay from earlier and see what exactly happened over here. The rotate over. Ariendel just went way too deep onto Sushi, and it looks like they thought that maybe they could catch Sushi, but the flash forward fails. So Hoarder not able to get the stun, and once that's breaking out, Will and Azog, they're not sure if they can get in or not. With Porsche able to get the double dash, they're worried that they're just gonna fall. They get some good hits, but once Mixture sends Will over the wall, the fight is basically done,
I feel Will could have probably stepped up to deal damage, but it is tough in that scenario to do such a thing. Maybe if you have Zonia's complete, you can go for that play. Now it is, but unfortunate we were not able to pull together that team fight again, 4v5. But it was close. Almost won it.
Yeah. And Pulse manages to still come back and get the turret, mid-turret. Finally, it managed to break that gain control of the river area by the Baron. Not going to start it up quite yet, but they're going to be fishing for a pick here. Question is, who will take the bait? It looks like it's going to be Mixture. The Hex Flash over the wall. They're going to land right onto him. The Calgon to stun him up, knock him away, and they're just going to head for the hills. The ultimate has been burned. Ariendo looking for the poke onto Sushi. And
I like the non-overcommittal. They backed away. They didn't want to pull. They didn't want to keep fighting through into a potential choke, and now they have a good position.
Yeah, Ariendo, though, getting rooted up. Mixture going to pick him off there, getting way too confident yet again. And Pulse has to back on off from this Baron. This fight, though, it's going to be a little dance. Porsche, the ult is about to expire. Once that goes down...
They don't have mid-prio. They're giving a mid-turret.
Yeah, they're going to give it up. Objective bounty claim. Lotus slowly crawling their way back into this game. It's still a 5,000 gold deficit, but you know, when you've got double 80 carries, the potential is always there. And Pulse, their mid laner, just keeps getting caught.
Yeah, Ariendo, not looking the best on the Yone. Let's just be very honest. You know, not typically a champion that we associate with Ariendo here, but nonetheless is getting caught. Sushi's kind of giving him in the 1v1. And, well, now that the TP's up, can go for the side lane. But again, Robbie Bob and Sushi multiple times have outdueled Ariendo on this Yone pick.
Yeah, I feel like they just need to have the Yone be follow-up in a fight if Hoarder and Prismal land something. Don't be the engage. Don't be this like kind of side pick Mixture. Got a nice little pick there, and Ariendo's going to poke. You just got to be more follow-up. You are not the engage. You are supposed to be the follow-up, finish off the target kind of champion. You are a fighter, not an engager.
Well, Ariendo's kind of been losing in the 1v1, 1v2s. There we go. Fight can be starting
coming through. The fight has broken up. Porter has been found, getting stunned up, getting rooted up, and trying to back on out. Robbie Bob, though, will fall on the side. Will goes legendary. Mixture has to flash over the wall. And now Porsche getting pushed out, too. Manages to stop them going any further forward, but with no fed mid laner, just the chance for Pulse to go in. Oh, Will has caught Porsche. Porsche can get stunned up trying to run away, but it's just burning down. And it's gonna just barely get out with his life. Pulse and going back to the Baron. Dardoch is here, though. The ult's gonna drop. Prismal, though, gonna lock him up. And Sushi gonna go on a rampage. Ariendo, though, gets the ult and manages to pick up the kill. So it's just Sushi against 4. The Alistair is on the way. Oh, but Hoarder in the back. The Baron gonna go down for Pulse, and now Sushi's got to run. Will trying to get him with the fire is gonna give it to Azog as the ult does drop from the Xayah.
Oh, is this gonna lead into?
It's gonna be Elder. They're gonna get Elder off that. There's no jungler. There's no Dardoch for 20 seconds. There's no AD carry for 40 seconds. Pulse managing to haphazardly make their way through a Baron fight and turn it into Baron and Elder for themselves.
Yeah, that was actually, that fight in the jungle was well played by Pulse, I have to say. I think they played it exactly how they should have, kept him at a distance. Prismal just zoning out Porsche, marking him completely, unable to make the flank, and just letting Will free fire into Mixture as well as Robbie Bob. And so that is a great fight. Gives them a Baron, and then they played the Baron very well, and now they have Elder and Baron. This game should be a wrap. Just have to wait for Pulse to pull it off.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, it feels like. 9,000 gold up for Pulse right now in this game. Lotus really got to dig deep. They've got the double 80 carry. Again, still potential, but it's just been a little rough, especially on the top side. Renekton has not had that great of a game. Dardoch, unfortunately, not having the best game on the Zyra. Has made some good picks, but is just not able to keep up with Will, who is just proving to be such a monster on this brand. 9-0-5 already has 3 full items, probably is close to the 4th right now. I'd have to check how much gold he has in pocket, as the outer turret will fall. The base is basically all that's left at this point for Lotus, and that's going to fall soon too. The inhibitor turret is getting shredded to pieces on the bottom side. The mid one will fall, the bottom one will fall, the middle inhibitor will fall as well. Lotus, you have to make a stand at some point. It's not going to be right now as the second inhibitor falls, and now
Elder's still up.
Yeah, Elder is still up. The fear is here. They're scared to die. The ult's going to come out from the misfortune, so there's a little bit of opportunity that they can maybe take these, but yes, the siege is continuing. The Baron buff still on. It's got a little bit left. Both of them should expire at the same time. The flash forward onto Robbie Bob, but it's not actually going to be him. They're going to go for Dardoch. Will's going to go legendary. Prismal on the side is going to get torn to pieces, though, but Robbie Bob will fall. Sushi trying to duel his way out of this. The support will fall. The AD carry will fall. It's a triple kill for Will, an ace for Pulse, and they're going to take the game and advance to 4-0.
All right, Pulse with the Baron, with the Elder, are going to be able to pull off victory and a little bit of revenge against Lotus with their new AD carry, Azog there. Playing the MF again. I think, people take notes on the MF here. They, off the back of Prismal, doing an excellent job. Absolutely bang up job on the Leona here. And yeah, look, Sushi, great job in that game. It was a tough one to play out, but ended up finding multiple solo kills, tons of damage in these team fights, rivaling that of Pulse. Just wasn't there. Porsche on a pick that kind of wasn't able to defeat Jack, and Dardoch not off to a good start in this one here. Robbie Bob eventually got shut down, and Pulse just wins that game eventually.
Yeah, just phenomenal performance, especially from Will. We have to give him major props. He just put on a clinical with Brand. Really living up to the grill master reputation. We have to make him like master chef at this point. He's just got to keep upgrading every game he plays it. I do think Leone wasn't quite that great of a pick, and it wasn't quite up to snuff, and I think it cost them the ability to end this game maybe 6 or 7 minutes earlier. But it's still, they managed to make it work. They held on. They've got time to kind of rework what their plan is heading into the next game. But if you're one of the teams heading up to challenge them in the perfect 5-0 end to this stage, you've got to look at Will, you've got to look at Azog, and really think, okay, we really need to try to ban these guys out. They're scary. They're absolutely terrifying. Wasn't quite as much on the misfortune in this game, but still had some great plays, some great ultimates, and it's just unfortunate for Lotus, but that's okay. They still have another game to play. They still have a chance to qualify. I mean, they're already qualified, but they still have a chance to improve their seeding going into the group stage. And we'll just have to see how they play and who they match up in their next game.
Yeah, we'll have to see. So shout out to Will. Gets the Michelin star there. Hoarder looked really good, as well as we're going to be going to a quick break before we get to see our final game. Pulse moving up to the 4-0 bracket.
Yeah, Will Fos.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, I see you, peekaboo, I see you, looking at me, looking at you. Hold up, where you going? What you doing? Who you seeing? What you need? What you want? I said, without you by my side, my side, my side. Without you by my side. One time from side to side. Without you by my side, I can't go outside. Without you by my side, I can't go outside. Without you by my side, I can't go outside. One time from side to side.
to protect your soul.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Open Qualifier for the NACL. I'm Rap, joined by the ever-lovely Crims yet again, as we are figuring out who exactly we are watching play here. We are on a different team. Don't look at the teams on the bottom. It's not correct. We've got other people playing right now. But I'm excited for more games. You know, we've watched Pulse already.
I believe these are the games. I believe we got into the lobby.
Oh, we did get.
We actually got into the lobby. We didn't know if we were gonna make it. Okay, we kicked the coaches out. We said, coaches, you don't get to spectate this. We have very important streaming to do. So the coaches got removed. They took a hike, and we are gonna be viewing this game alongside the mainstream. So again, you know, they're going to be pitting us against the mainstream Raptor, but we know where all the excitement is going to be right here on Titan Esports. But yes, we are here. We have Pulse versus Dragoons Goons, and the returning champions are going to be going up against our home stream here, Pulse, as we've been following along. And, you know, Dragoons Goons, they were kind of lazily playing along up until the finals, and now they are activated, and we'll see if Pulse can put a chip into their armor here with their new ADC.
Yeah, I'm gonna be excited to see how this goes. We've been watching Pulse all day today. I'm not saying that without us casting it, they would lose this game, but I'm not saying it's the other way either. You know,
we bring good luck.
We are a good luck stream so far. Yeah, we just bring good vibes here. We're about to get underway into the game. Very excited to watch this. You know, this is 3 seed versus 1 seed. Pulse, very confident looking game against their previous opponents in Lotus. As we're actually gonna jump into the draft first, start this out. Alrighty, Let us see where both of these teams go. I would expect a brand ban. I don't think Will's ever getting that again.
It's gonna be tough, because you got to ban the Kindred. It looks like Goons are going to go with the ASOL first. And unless I'm wrong, at least for this OQ, this is the second time these teams are playing against each other. Or I think we can have production double check me there, because they didn't really play against each other in the groups or the playoff stage. So one of the rare times we see these guys playing against each other. I believe Pulse won the last time. And this time around, you know, I think Goons are going to be the favorite. Of course, they're seed number 1. They won the OQ last time around. But Pulse, I believe, did beat them in their last matchup.
Yeah, so we'll have to see where they go. Pulse continuing this trend of doing really well on the champion and then banning it the next game.
Well, so you notice they're on the other side now, Raptor?
Yeah, no, sorry.
So they're on. They have to ban the OPs that they were picking first.
I got confused. I forgot they had brand last time. Getting all my headcanon mixed up. So many games so fast. But it is going to be the brand over to the Goons. So they're going to pick that up. The Kindred,
they left the Kindred open.
They did. They left Will's signature Kindred up. And that might be the mistake that will cost them the draft. Such an important part at this level of play. Leona coming through. It's been the same pick every single game today. At the exact same spot. Red side, second pick has always picked Leona today. All 3 games.
I mean, if you're not taking it, everyone's going to take Leona. It's just how it goes right now. Let's talk about this brand Kindred. I think this is actually a good matchup for Kindred. There is one hiccup, and that is that brand does have a stun. Not something Kindred's particularly a fan of, but Kindred has mobility to dodge the brand Q. If you try to burst the Kindred or to the team, Kindred just throws up the ultimate. No one's going to be dropping anytime soon. Of course, if Brand times it perfectly, there's the passive right after the ult drops. So that is a bit of an issue for the Kindred. But if you invade the Brand, you can definitely beat Brand up early. Level 3 can work, level 2 especially. So they're going to go with this combo that they've been playing a lot. It's the Galio Kindred. It tends to come up in their Swiss a lot. They play this a lot, and now they have a great frontliner in Leona with the Galio to come down on top, provide protection during the ultimate, as well as the fact that can build MR into the Brand. And now we also have the Corki. So Ariandel going to be taking a hit in the mid lane, but is going to be playing for the team. We've seen them do this a bunch of times. This is comfort for Polestar.
Yeah, Sweet comfort for them going into the second phase of picks. What will they pick? Are they going to pick their AD carry here? They can leave that open. It's going to be, once again, for Azog.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, the Misfortune has been a monster today. Now they've got it with Leona. The combo of dreams for a Misfortune. I don't really think of many other supports that set up Misfortune quite as well as Leona. Like, there's a match made in heaven. And, you know, the response is going to be the Jhin. I know we've seen some pros picking this up, but I know Jin's not in the best spot right now.
I think he's really strong, Raptor.
He is strong, but like, it just depends. If you run the build a lot of people like to run just the static rapid fire cannon, it's bad. But if you're running the crit build, which you should be running, but most people seem to not be, it's great. So we'll just have to see what build comes through as the Cassante Gwen handshake matchup on the top side is gonna round out these compositions. And Crims, what do you think of these teams?
So it's not the typical matchup for top lane. The Gwen being picked into Cassante, something that we've seen a lot in the past, has basically been nerfed out. Gwen basically wasn't good enough to deal with Cassante anymore. And it looks like Hoarder's picking it back up, specifically in this game. Usually you would see a Rumble. Hoarder has a good Rumble. I didn't see a Rumble ban. I could be mistaken there, but we're going to go with the Gwen. Does better into the Brand as well as the Jhin. So Gwen overall a better pick, but I don't expect it to stomp lane like in the past here, Raptor. So we're going to have to meet our expectations just a little bit lower.
Yeah, we'll have to lower them a little bit, but it could still be really effective. I mean, Hoarder's had some good picks today, so we'll see how this goes. As Prismal, sorry, has already found Daptian there in the mid lane. The support's juking it out. Mids too. The Galio pick, I think, is interesting. Not something we see quite a lot of nowadays. Galio mid, especially into like the likes of Corki.
But I mean, it's Area and Will. It's a special for them. They play this all the time. If it's not being banned away, especially Will on the Kindred. So love to see that. And Sudsy getting the Corki pick in this lane here. So Sudsy kind of set up to just have free scaling on this Corki. It's going to be on Pulse to find something in a different lane and make sure that Sudsy doesn't get online.
Prismal's going to find Daptian here again. The Ignite going to go out onto Prismal, though, in Ignite, or from Prismal, sorry. And they're just going to walk it off. Not really much of a trade there, except for this one Summoner spell. And Goon's going to have the little intro and little priority entering the lane, but we're going to give it up almost immediately and just go to an even farm.
Yeah, Jhin can potentially get Ryo here, but it's kind of tough. It looks pretty even on either side, even with that fight here. They're just really duking it out for that bush. Whoever gets control of the bush gets the Ryo in the lane. Looks like Daption and Array are going to be getting control here. Oh, man, it's so close. But with that, the level 2 comes in. They're looking for engage.
They missed the engage up. Prismal forced a flash. Daption going to get the stun on to Azog, who's just going to walk it off, burn some potions. If that stun had landed, that might have been really good, but...
Yeah, unfortunate miss there from Prismal, who was playing excellently today so far, especially in the Leona. Hoarder, that looks like a pretty good trade into Dragoon. And, I mean, just a lot of evenness are going around here. As everyone's basically playing their lanes, no mistakes so far.
Yeah, it's been pretty normal outside of that little whiff of an engage. It's been basically fine. We have our Pro Comps draft score here. You can run from it. You can't hide. Pro Comps will find you. And it's giving a 59% win rate chance for Pulse based on the solo queue ranks. I think that's a pretty good chance, I'd say. Almost 60%.
Yeah, so their draft execution has a lot of answers into Goons. Like, for instance, Goons do have a bit of poke, but a lot of them have to hard commit, like the Rel and the Cassante. So that plays very well into the Kindred, Galio, and Leona. When at any point in time gets a flank onto Brand, Corki, or Jhin, they're just going to be dead. So it is going to be on the level execution here, of course. I don't really find comps to be, you know, like, oh, 60%, they're definitely going to win. It just matters. It does matter how you play a lot.
I will say, usually those percentages, the team with the higher percentage has lost when I've cast. So a little worried for our boys here in Pulse, as they are still even. It's just a dead even game right now. Much slower than other ones we've seen, but this might change as Daption finds on to Ariendel, who's trying to just charm himself away. Flashes out, but will die. Daption will pick up the first kill with the Ignite fade away.
Yeah, I don't think was able to proc the phase rush quick enough there. Didn't get away in time. And one good news for them is Sudsea doesn't get the kill. It goes over to Daption instead. And look at Hoarder here. Pretty good HP chunk up on Dragoon. However, Biscuit's coming through to help this Cassante sustain. But as long as they hold even, that is going to be an advantage for Hoarder, because eventually Hoarder can take over the game. It's on Goons to shut down Hoarder right now.
And they got to roll up together as a Goon squad. And Daption looking for Prismal. Noses around somewhere. Ooh, gonna root, gonna stun. But the engage return is going to fail. Daption looking for Prismal again. And this is kind of these supports just really aggressively trying to find engages this game so far.
They're kind of trying to trade. They're trying to do like little mini trades without getting caught there. So that's why they're kind of like going in and out, backing out. And they're just playing off the trade patterns of their AD carries here. So far, and I think this is to be expected, the Jhin trade patterns are a lot stronger. And so they have themselves an advantage for now.
Yeah, but will that advantage last? Is Goon starting to build a little bit of a gold lead here for themselves, up 400 gold. And Ariendel and the rest of Pulse are starting to rotate over. They're looking to maybe get set up for this dragon, or at least start backing and then getting in position for it. With the Kindred would be a very good thing to start stacking up. On those at force fights, you know, the point of Kindred is just to get as many of those stacks as you can. If they back on a ward, they know where the Kindred is. Didn't even clear the ward. That's a kind of surprised about that. Could have gotten that extra 25 gold.
Well, I mean, the tempo is, if you need to be somewhere at a certain time, wards will be ignored. As resets are through, and it looks like both teams are heading straight for this Rift Herald. And just looking at it right now, Goons are going to be able to get on it first. They're in position with the support as well. Daption roaming up early because of that bot side pressure. I don't think Pulse should be here. Will's in trouble.
Yeah, Will has been found out. The Galileo ult's going to come through, but I don't know if it's going to be in time. Will going to burn down. Kratos going to pick up that one. And now Ariendel is on the run, trying to get out. And Will just manage to walk away. 2-0 up currently for the Goons, as they once again find a good pick around the mid lane and the river.
Yeah, they had the tempo from Daption, and Will did not respect that at all. Walking straight into their blind, gets caught, and also takes away Ariendel's ultimate. So that is going to be a huge tool removed.
Yeah, looking for the stun onto Prismal, and just gets a little chip and just a little poke back and forth. The Corki doing very well this game already, you know, just playing safely, getting up in farm, getting up in kills, already has the tier stacking. Corki is one of the best picks in the mid lane right now for a reason, and letting him just get scaled up that much quicker, it's never a good thing to see, as Hoarder and Dragoon are trading it up in the top lane again. There's kind of they're really chunking each other up there.
Yeah, Hoarder's got a leg up as CC. Oh, here we go, Hoarder!
He misses the Q, and he will fall. Dragoon's gonna pick up the 1v1.
So that CS lead looks like Dragoon is gonna be able to pick up at least a couple CS advantage off of this. As mid lane, Daption again looking on Ariendel.
Yeah, but not much follow-up. Brand not able to charge him down.
We'll see. Once Goon gets like the first item, an MR item, that matchup should help quite a bit for the Cassante here. Looks like looks like they're gonna go Frostfire Gauntlet. I don't know where the build's at right now, but has the Sheen and has the Negatron Cloak.
So getting further along into that build path. Could be a difficulty for Hoarder, though. Hoarder did manage to come back, get the CS, so still up 14. So they're probably about dead even in gold at this point. Did get the mask, so that will help a little bit with that MR. And yeah, it's been like, I mean, there's been a couple kills, but overall, this is much calmer than other games we've seen today. Will getting
both
pushed
the teams are playing it slow. Ariandel tried to find something there. Sudzi.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to land the charm. They're going to land the taunt. They're looking to pick up this Corki. Can they get him before Daption gets over there, though? The ult is not going to come out from Will. Prismal will pick up the kill. But now can Prismal get out is the question. Daption looking for him, trying to get the stun off, is going to make it land. The blast cone will not be enough. Array will pick it up, and Pulse was looking for a pick, but managed to only trade 1 for 2, and now they're going to lose the dragon in the process.
Just didn't have enough burst damage there, and Will is on Kindred, not the heaviest burst champion. Wasn't able to pull the ultimate as well because that just stalls out the kill. Want to get the kill, and then the ultimate comes through. Just didn't have enough DPS for it. And so, again, Goons coming up on the play. Pulse are severely behind now. They lose a dragon off the back of that. And eventually, you know, the Gallia damage is going to fall off like a rock. And Will is not going to be there to make up for it. So Pulse kind of getting into a bit of trouble here with this current game state. Bot lane is holding even, but they need to be either, you know, Hoarder needs to be doing better up and top side, which is a good sign for them, or they need to find something through the bot side.
Yeah, they've got to find some way back into this. They are down 2,000 gold. Oh, there goes the channel again. The taunt has come through, but Ariandel may have been off more than they can chew. Kratos getting run down. Hoarder is here as well, but the dash allows the Corki to get away, and Ariandel just ends up chunked for it.
Yeah, it's kind of, you know, they don't have their tournament realm accounts. So it is kind of funny that, you know, there's so many players not playing on their main. Kratos X Thor. I mean, I guess just a fan of gods in general.
It's hard. It's hard to remember their actual names when it's the name you see on the screen. You just naturally get into the habit of just going, I'm going to call them that. But there's got to be chance.
They're giving you a headache here.
They are giving me a headache. They are giving me a headache. But that's okay. I know they're champions. That's the important part. As we see.
I would hope you know. Yeah, I hope you would know that.
All right.
All right. Finally, they're trying to trade the map here, though. They've been trying to fight Goons head on. Oh, but the wave might be dying.
Yeah, wave is dying, though, as they're going to grab that. Prismal tanking up a couple shots right there. Will is here, though. I think this is the point when the tower's going to drive. They're just trying to get these minion waves in, but the teleport will come through from the Corki. And Pulse scatters to the hills. They know the Leona didn't exit that way, though, so they're on the hunt. Will's coming around to try to help.
Prismal.
No, Kisno is on the way. The brand. Oh, Prismal is going to look for the execute. The channel. The Hex Flash is going to give it to him, and it's going to be an execute. Good escape.
Good defense, too, from the Goons. They were able to get the second set of grubs, and they were able to get Kisno into the mid lane, shift down Sudzi in order to make that defense. And so not only did they pick something up on the map, Raptor, they also cancel out a play from Pulse. And they're just so up in tempo and strength right now that they're able to make a play like that. And I mean, they're really ruining Pulse's chances of finding something on the map right now.
Yeah, they are just not allowing Pulse any opportunity to make any plays. They're just keeping watch over them like hawks. And it's working. I mean, they're up 3,000 gold right now. They've got all 6 of the grubs. They've got the Infernal Drake. They're in a pretty commanding position here. And Pulse still has opportunities to come back into this game. It is by no means over, but they've got to find a way to start getting some of that gold back, start getting some advantages. And this might be one of them right there. Oh, as Prismal misses with the E, but is going to hit the ult. Now they're going on in. Will, though, gonna have to burn his own ult. Gonna get the blue buff before dashing on out. Everyone from Pulse piles on in. Daption is going to fall down. Meanwhile, though, the Cassante has shown up on the back. Dragoon going to pick up one. They're going to take the Jin down in compensation. Kisno on the run, trying to escape. Oh, the Cassante pulling Hoarder through. Will Hoarder at least manage to trade the kill first? Not going to be the case. The taunt going to come through.
No.
Oh, it's turning into a disaster for Pulse. A double kill for Kisno. Ariendel on the run, but nowhere to go, and a double kill to Dragoon. A delayed ace for the Dragoons. And Pulse, oh, it was so close.
I thought they had it, Raptor. Hoarder able to get down there first, picks up 2 more kills, at least for the team. I don't know who got them exactly. Able to get onto Array as well. And it was so close to picking up a kill on the Kisno, but just not enough. And it is so unfortunate, as it looks like Dragoon is now ahead of Hoarder by quite a bit. Double items completed, so not only has the Kinetic Root has the Frostfire Gauntlet as well. And when you look here, Prismal, it initially looks pretty good, but Daption comes in completely peeling off for the brand. Ultimate to block out the damage, and they're able to pick up Daption here. And now Hoarder is able to get onto Array and get that pickup. Dragoon picking up Prismal on the other side here. And this is where it goes awry. They took a step too far. They flew too close to the sun. And look at that E-proc from Kisno, picking up essentially a double kill where it shouldn't have been. And that team fight just goes completely back into the hands of Dragoon. And it's just a full ace. And it is a sad story for Pulse.
Yeah, it might be sadder right now as Hoarder getting run off. I will say Pulse did manage to grab the Drake during that replay. So they at least managed to delay it. And it's going to be Mountain Soul this game, so that will be good for Goon, you know, give him that little extra tankiness. But also for Pulse, you know, delaying getting to that Soul could be really beneficial. In fact, they could do pretty well with that Soul. Those tanky stats could really be the difference. This Hoarder getting collapsed on from all sides. Daption looking for him, going to get the stun to Hoarder. The teleport will come through, though, from Ariendel. And the rest of Pulse shows up. They're going to pick up Daption here on the side. And now the ult coming through from the Leona. They're going to continue forward here. They're looking for some more kills. Hoarder trying to get Dragoon. The Misfortune ult's going to go wide onto Kisno. Kisno trying to get the ult off, though. Get those procs going from the passive. They're going to pick up one. Dragoon will go inside. Will pick up a second kill. Now they might get a third. They're going to get the Misfortune. No, the flash will not matter. And the Misfortune will pick up that kill. Now, though, we've got Sushi here looking for Hoarder. The taunt's going to stop any further advance, though. And Pulse manages to get out in a 2-for-3 trade. At least they got a little something there, though. They managed to win a fight.
Yeah, Sudsy able to make it there to the end with the TP. And that was a crazy fight. I think Pulse did okay. They do lose a turret at the end. They got some important kills, a couple shutdowns. They get Kisno finally. Hoarder able to affect that, as well as Azog with 3 kills on the MF. Doing great all series, well, not really series, but all games long on the MF. Is able to pick up 3 kills. Is on second item as well. And unfortunately, does not have ultimate for a skirmish anytime soon. But once that comes up, maybe they might have an opportunity somewhere. They've been catching out Daption quite a bit, who is really squishy on the rail right now. But other than that, other than picking up some small wins, Raptor, they're going to have to find a way back into this game.
Yeah, they still have a ways to go. Down 6,000 gold. Got to be a bit more, as the Herald is going to go ramming on through that first turret. I don't think they're going to get the second charges, though. Pulse manages to stop that. I don't know. Is it still Shelly? Is it like,
so. Yeah.
There's only one Herald now. Does that mean Shirley's just sent to the Void?
Yeah, Shirley's still in the Void, chilling. Well, let me know. I guess I know what broadcast you watch, as we have here. Oh, Azog got caught.
Yeah,
oh, no follow-up, but that's
yeah,
a lot of damage.
No follow-up. Ariendel's just going to tank it up, but is eating shot after shot. Array going to pick up that one. Almost gets the MF on the back, but Hoarder manages to block it. And Pulse stepping in too far forward, getting a little in their own heads, getting caught out. But the Goons are going to roll on over to the bottom side. This Corki has just been casually pushing this mid turret. I mean, his bot turret down, sorry, to take it. They're going to pick up another kill in the mid lane as Azog is going to fall. And it's just looking so dire for Pulse. They're having such a hard time. Every time they try to take an inch, they just get like drop kicked like a football back across the field. They're not finding any yardage for themselves.
Yeah, they're not getting any return yards in this game. That is for sure. This gold lead ballooning up to around 8K. And it's just been basically gains from here on the side of Goons. Pulse, as we said, they've played excellently on the side of Goons to cancel out all of their winning opportunities. Hoarders had some looks, but they've been taken away from him in this game. You know, just not able to perfectly get all the kills to win these team fights, whether that's Daption coming in for a peel, Dragoon making it into the fight, peeling off with the ultimate. And it's just unfortunate because Hoarder was up in lane, but the whole rest of the game plan kind of just fell apart with Will and Ariandel mostly.
They've been key factors in wins this game. They just haven't really been able to get much going so far. Really, most of their, like, a lot of their gold is really in the Misfortune right now, but Azog just hasn't had the opportunities to really get off a nice Misfortunal, or really a lot of poke to start these fights out, and it's just been kind of forced out. The Corki and the Jhin just doing such good work. The Brand as well, really preventing the Misfortune from getting time to kind of set up and get a fight going with their ultimate. Can't really stand in one place, so that's a big thing to be missing. Basically be missing an entire ultimate because you just can't get into position. There's just no way to have a positioning in a fight to use it. That's a big loss to have, and Pulse is going to have to find a way to work around it.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a massive gold lead. Not much you can work around. There's not a lot of wiggle room here. They do have second item on Hoarder, but guess what? Dragoon stacking the MR already is up in the gold differential about 1K. And that's like Hoarder. I mean, it's just too much tank to cut through.
Did you see the lead in the mid lane?
No, I didn't want to. I didn't want to acknowledge how disgusting of a lead it was. No,
it was 4,000 gold. That is absurd.
Well, you're playing a team pick. Ariandel's on a team pick here, and the team's not doing so good. So I think that is expected.
And Corki's on the 3 item spike. This is a power point for Corki. Yeah, the rapid fire cannon, the Triforce, the Muramana. That's a big power spike for the Cork. So this could be the point where Goon finally locks this game down and just puts an end to it in the next couple minutes. But they're gonna have to find that fight first, and it might start with this Baron. They're just very sneakily taking. Wilbo is sniffing it out, knows something isn't right here, but doesn't really want to try to engage onto it. He actually decides to. Is going to go over the wall. They're just going straight on in, but Goon are going to pick it up. They are going to lose their support, though. Can they get out? The Corki on the run, trying to get away. Azog trying to run down Array, but doesn't have the vision, so can't get the shot, and is going to die trying to get the ult. Meanwhile, the Corki will fall on the side. Ariandel, though, will fall as well. And the fight is looking a little rough. They've got to try to get out of here. Pulse has been spotted, though. Oh, Hoarder trying to maybe find Kisno here. Dragoon going to pick up Will, and Hoarder going to trade 1-for-1 there, but will lose the rest of the team. It's going to be an ace for Dragoon, and Pulse stops the Baron, but they all die in the process.
Well, there's 2 Barons left. They didn't get the steal. I think it was like around 130 HP at the end there. So it was a close attempt. I don't know how it got down there. I don't know who smited first. I'm assuming Will did.
I think I saw Will
second snipe.
I think I saw Will smite about 3,500 to get some extra health. Keep charging.
Okay.
And then it just was a casual walk up by Kisno to just steal it. So, or really secure it. So good on the brand. Been also really performing well. We thought Will had a good brand, but there's no slouch here.
I mean, why are we flipping this, though, from the side of Dragoon? Like, there's no reason to flip this. Well, let's see how low it gets. 3K. We're slowing it down. Will is in the pit. It's a Baron flip. And it's just an early smite. It was an early smite from Will. I mean, it's very hard. Oh, you know what? Could have baited the Baron smite as well. There was possibilities, but that was a tough position for Will. I'm not blaming Will at all. Not a lot you can do, and unfortunately, Azog doesn't win the duel into Array. Now they're losing turrets in the mid lane.
Yeah, the turrets are just
Prismal Hail Mary.
Yeah, Prismal looking for this Hail Mary here. The Misfortunate finally gets to go through, but it will cost Prismal's life. Gisno going to pick up that kill. The fight is just falling apart. They managed to get the Brand, but they lose the Gwen. They're losing Will as well. The ult's going to have to come down. I don't know if it's going to save any of their lives. Oh, they all got pushed back. Ariandel though managed to get Daption, and Will's going to fall. Azog's going to pick up the Quirky, and Ariandel was trying to save him, but it's not going to matter. 3 for 4 in favor of the Goons. It might be more, though. They're looking for him. Ariandel just trying to stop them taking this turret. It will fall, though. The inhibitor, though, will not be able to be taken. Ariandel does manage to hold them off, and Pulse holds on just a little bit longer. Oh, nope. No, Ariandel's not going to fall off that.
They're putting up a fight on the side of Pulse. No doubt about that one. Prismal going for an aggressive play. Doesn't want to just let the game fall to the wayside. Wants to make a play to make sure they are in it. And, I mean, they didn't lose an inhib. Another Baron has been removed, and they traded as even as you could hope for. Dragoon kind of ruining their escape plan, though. Will and Azog get flipped back into the team fight again. Dragoon's been doing so well in this top side lane phase. Who cares? All about that Dragoon.
Will has been found, is gonna get rooted up, and has no ultimate. Corky gonna pick up that kill. 4v5 of a base hold. Can Pulse hold on here? This turret is in tatters. I don't think they're gonna be able to, or should really hold it. The Misfortunate to just slow down the wave, but it will fall. The inhibitor is gonna fall shortly after. Pulse, their base is getting ripped to pieces. The middle inhibitor will fall as well, and Goons are just backing up towards the dragon. They're in such a commanding position. Pulse, though, they've got to find somewhere to make a stand. They've got to look for a pick. I just don't know if they're going to be able to find it, Crims.
Oh, no. Pick is slowly becoming out of, of windows to be jumping through there. Prismal found some Hail Marys, but now that they have double inhibs down, the map will start closing. And when that happens, it becomes a lot more difficult to find picks because you don't have any vision to play around with. You're not going to know where they're coming from, if there are any teammates around. And in fact, it's the other way around. Will is the one getting picked off. And another factor is Goons are going to have pressure on all 3 lanes. With double inhib, you just play for one lane, auto push in the other lane. If you keep them stacked 5, eventually these super minions come through, and it's not really going to be possible to hold that tower all with your 5 members. So right now, Goons have them in a hold, and it looks like they are going to be finishing.
Yeah, feels like it's just a matter of time at this point. They've got 3 dragons. They don't even really feel like they need the soul, as you might see a fight breaking out here in the mid lane. They are trying to run down Dragoon. They're getting him pretty low, but this top side, the Goons are getting this turret. Dragoon gets over the wall. He's still trying to run back to his team. Will and them still hunting him down. Kisno is here, though, with the brand passive. They are going to take out Dragoon, but will they have much after that?
Ultimate's up.
Will burns the ultimate, so they are going to heal off it. Oh, but they will lose the Gwen in the back of that. Ariandel taking a lot of damage here. Manages to dodge the root. Kisno goes forward with the flash. They're going to pick that one up.
But wait, look at the base.
The base is falling apart. They've got to get back. Pulse trying to get back, but Array is shredding it. 1 Nexus turret down. They're gonna
Azog's here.
lose. Yeah, there you have Azog. Is he gonna get it? Prismal will fall there as well. Oh, the root is gonna land. Array trying to rip this turret. Azog trying to hold on, but it's not gonna be enough. The minions are flooding into the base. The barrier drops.
Azog's stuck.
No!
Oh,
He just got
stuck.
pummeled by minions, and Array is gonna manage to finish the game. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dragoons have managed to secure. Oh, Kindred failed. I didn't even realize she was still alive. They're just kind of padding their stats now, and it will fall. Dragoon ends the Swiss stage 5-0.
The Goons do it. They hit the 5-0. That was expected the first time around. Last OQ, they were stopped early by Pulse. That's not the case, as they are going to be going to 4-1. Dragoons Goons are finishing 5-0 this time. I do imagine that they're going to be in different GSL groups again, just like the last OQ. So they're not really going to be matching up against each other as expected. Something that might happen in the semifinals. But look at Dragoons Goons. They're on a hot streak after they started winning the OQ, and now finishing the Swiss bracket 5-0. Dragoon looks, Dragoon is really good on the Cassante, so they basically let him have his pick and did excellently on that. Sudsy has been doing great on Corki throughout the entire year. Picks that up. Kisno on the brand, a strong meta pick again. And it's just unfortunate Pulse don't get the execution with Will and Ariando on the Galio, something that I said was comfort for them, and they kind of just got blown out of the water.
I think I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. I think while Galio's comfort pick is a little bit of rough spot right now. It needs, I feel like you need a little bit more of the damage with it, but still, congrats to both these teams. And as we see, the groups are starting to sort out for the sides. If you look at the bracket, for those of you who could see it,
we're looking at the other games of the bracket.
Yeah, I don't want to
here.
Yeah,
we have all our top seeds. So Dragoons Goons, Lotus, Pulse Star, we know those ones. Guangdong, Flying Tigers have made it in, as well as Komodo and Black Rock Esports. Surprisingly, Ducky Getters and AMI finished 3-2. Not something that we expected from them here. And of course, the French team Les Arts de la Guerre are also going to go through 3-2. These teams we expect to qualify, but Ducky Getters and AMI don't finish 4-1, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, it's very surprising. They after losing to Dragoons Goons, Ducky's having a little bit of a hard time getting things back on track. But this does make it exciting. We're going to be watching as the rest of the groups are going to finish out. I thought Pulse would get second, considering that they made the 4-0 bracket. You think that would put them in B, but I think they'll be
Pulse
fine.
It looks like Pulse already in the C group. I don't know how the seating exactly works, but Dragoons Goons topping A group, Lotus are going to top B, Pulse going to top C, and then Guangdong Flying Tigers are going to top group D. So those are the teams who are going to be playing in group A, B, C, and D. So some things that are kind of turning out here is Ducky Getters and Lotus are going to be in the same group. AMI Dragoons are also going to be in the same group. So Group A, I'd hate to be in that group.
Yeah, that actually, winning out today might have actually been the worst bit for that.
Group B is also terrible with Lotus and Ducky Getters. So Group A and B looking pretty tough.
Yeah, the only one, let's see, Group C. So we know at least two in every group. So Group C will be Pulse Star and Black Rock Esports, and then Group D is Guangdong Flying Tigers and Komodo. So those two will be in that. We're just waiting for the rest of these to kind of finish out. A, Dragoons Goons, Apex, La Deguerre, and we have another one coming in right now. Hang on. We have another win. I
like how you just refuse, unabashedly gonna even try to do French pronunciation, which what? Honestly, sometimes it's just not worth it.
It's not, and I don't know why. I just think foie gras when I see guerre. I don't know why.
Maybe you should just stop thinking about duck.
I'm hungry.
You need to think about war. You need to think about war, okay?
All right, so we have another win coming up in the 2-2 group. PNW's beats,
PNW Purdue.
yeah, beats Casa Gamers. So they will advance to the 3-2 group. Where they'll be seated, though, I think we'll have to wait and see. I think the seating goes based on where you end, but also your previous seating. So if they're both 4-1, that's why Polestar is third, because they were third overall in the standings.
Yeah.
So that drops them to C. So that means PNW has got to try to hope that Gravity in Motion end this out and kind of pick it up. So actually, honestly, I think they're fine. I think as long as the rest of the teams above them finish out where they're supposed to, they should end up in Group C with Polestar and BlackRock Esports. I don't think there is a way they can end in last. I'd hate to be the last team getting in Group A.
Yeah, I think Group A, Group B are pretty deadly here. We've been waiting for production on interview here. And it looks like that is not going to happen. So, Raptor, that's going to be our OQQ. As that is going to be a 4-1 finish from Polestar. Very good finish overall, despite dropping the game to Goons at the end there, who are now tied 1-1. So we'll see if there's a rematch in the future. Raptor, from me, that's all I have left to say.
That's all I have left to say, too. Thank you, everyone, for tuning on in. Go watch some of these other ones. Check out Maelstrom and Gentle Hearts Gaming. They're both streaming right now. Wangtown and versus Gentle Hearts Gaming, and Maelstrom versus Gravity. So some good matchups to watch. That's all we have for today, though. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time for some more Titans Esport action.